What's good, beautiful people? It is your girl Shani here, your little big sis, because I might be small in stature, but I am big in the sisterly love, and I'm a loving person despite COVID trying to take all the hugs and love away, but we will persevere. Anywho, you're watching Always Keep the Faith Fridays, and I'm so glad that you keep coming back. I hope that you're really getting something from this. I see the comments, whether it be on Instagram or on YouTube. I thank you so much. I try to respond every time because the fact that you even take the time to watch and then comment, that's like putting in the extra work. And I appreciate you. So, I talk so many times about the fact that I have a genuine curiosity about people. That is why doing interviews is something that I love, whether it be on a red carpet or whether it just be in the community. I love to ask questions and get to know deeper things about people. And because of that, I'm always listening to an interview, whether it be on a podcast, whether it be on a television show, whether it be on YouTube. I love to kind of learn about people's lives. And I had an opportunity to hear an interview with Debarge on one of my favorite podcasts, and he had some real gems to share, and I thought it was cool to kind of share a concept that he talked about in regards to always arriving. Now, I'll be honest, Debarge is before my time. I was not even born when he first became popular. So as I always say, I'm a 90s baby through and through with the music, but at the same time, I'm not under a rock. You can hear Debarge. Let's just put it this way. If you live anywhere that has a R&B soul radio station that plays the hits from back in the day, you have heard probably an Debarge song on repeat over and over again. Or if you listen to any of the music that's going on now, a lot of his things that he's either written for other artists, for other artists, there we go, let me get that out, has been sampled. So you've heard him, and he has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And the Debarge family back in the day is kind of one of those legendary musical families, just like the Jacksons. They came up as, in the time where families had family groups and they were brothers and sisters that were in groups together. And then of course, his voice just being so unique, he eventually went solo, and he's been popular and still popular. And from this interview, his voice, even though he's in, I think he's 60 years old if I'm not mistaken, still sounds beautiful and crystal clear, and it's dope. So that's a little bit of a backstory. If you want to find more, Google, okay? You can Google some good Wikipedia facts, even though sometimes Wikipedia be having some things that's not always right, but for the most part, they get it right. But one of the things that he talked about in an interview, and he was just so down to earth and so cool, was the concept of making sure that you are always arriving. And what he meant by that was making sure that you never feel like you've arrived already. I actually want to read what he said because I took notes. That's one thing that I love to do, is when I hear something that's dope, I will definitely take notes on it. And one of the things that he talked about when he was talking about always arriving was essentially making sure that you stay humble. He said, always arriving and never actually arrive means to always be striving to treat people well, being open to learning and evolving. And even when you may have reached all the practical goals you've set, never feeling like you've arrived, and not just treating people as merely fans or groupies, but treating people as souls and real people. So one of the things that he talked about was the fact that a lot of times, especially when you're a celebrity and been a celebrity as long as he is, he said he a lot of times hears people in the industry talk about fans and groupies, and basically makes it seem as if these people are less than them, or if they are just there to merely worship them and to make them feel good about themselves. And he said one of the things that he always made a point to do is to make sure that he treated people kindly. And a lot of times you hear people talk about, treat people from the janitor to the CEO the same way. But a lot of people don't necessarily take that. They don't understand that it's important to treat people the way that they deserve to be treated, because you never know where they're going to end up in your life. He said one of the things that he loves to do is make sure that he never just sees people as fans, but sees them as souls, because he realizes that there's so much in people that goes so much deeper. And the fact that his music, or any artist's music for that matter, can touch people at a deeper place means that we have to treat it as such, means that we have to treat them with care, and that we have to treat them with love, because ultimately they are nothing without the fans, because the fans is what makes them popular. But I love what he said about making sure that you never arrive, because he said once you've arrived, once you've gotten to the top or feel like you've already made it, one, you've hit the ceiling, you have nowhere to go. And two, you then are not open to being able to learn anything else, to being able to be schooled to anything else. And essentially you just kill everything. I mean, essentially it's kind of like a death. It's kind of like dying when you feel like you've arrived and there's nothing else for you to be able to do. And it was really cool just being able to hear him discuss that with, at the time, some younger people he was talking to in the podcast, and just letting them know how important it is for them to make sure that that is something that they heed to as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, if you've already arrived, then where else is there to go? Exactly. That's what I thought. Think about that one. So what's this week's faith fact? Essentially, if you put on the mindset that you're always arriving, that you're never reaching that destination that you think you're supposed to go, the proverbial destination, then you'll always have somewhere to go in life. A lot of times as we climb up the ladder in our careers, or as some people get a little bit of fame, whether it be being Instagram famous or whether it being famous on entertainment or as an athlete or whatever the case may be, sometimes we feel that having that status or having that arrival point makes us better than someone, or allows us or gives us the opportunity to treat people less than. I am definitely not famous by any stretch of the max, at least not yet. Even though I don't think I want to be famous, I just want to be well known. I still want to be able to go to like Target and all the places I go just because. But I digress. But ultimately, you want to make sure that you don't have the attitude that people are less than you. Everyone, no matter who they are and no matter where they are in life, deserve to be treated special and deserve to be treated as if they matter. And ultimately, that's what he was talking about. And I love to hear him just candidly be so refreshing about it. And if it's something that you want to be able to listen to, the podcast, which I've mentioned on my show before, is Questlove Supreme. And he does amazing interviews with artists, with entertainers, from A to Z, and this was a really, really good one and something that I got something out of. And I know for me, I'm gonna make sure that as God continues to elevate me and continues to open doors for me and continues to give me room and my gifts room to grow, that I never arrive, that I'm always arriving, that I'm always just getting to another level, but I'm never feeling like I've quite made it, because I wanna be able to always grow and expand for as long as I live and to be able to learn things from other people, because at the end of the day, that's what keeps it lively. That's what keeps you alive. That's what keeps it fresh. And I want to make sure that I'm always fresh to learn what's new and to be able to grow into all that God has me to be. Well, you all, that is a short nugget today. I did not want to keep you long, but I hope that you got something out of that, and I hope that it motivates you just to treat everyone that you see around you. And as you make it to whatever heights that you have, that you continue to make sure that people feel cared for and loved and like people, because at the end of the day, everybody matters. If they don't matter to you, they definitely matter in God's eyes. Well, that's all I have for you all this week. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Be sure that if you haven't subscribed, that you do. If it's your first time watching, welcome. I hope that you'll be back to get your Friday dose every Friday. Well, I love you all. I appreciate you all. I hope that you all will be blessed. And you know the motto, always keep the faith and let the Lord fight your battles. Until next time, see you next Friday. Peace. Want to get a dose of motivation every Friday? Well, hit that notification button to subscribe so you never miss out. And feel free to share the encouragement with a friend. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at ShaniSpeaksNow and keep the good vibes going week long. Thanks so much for watching and see you next Friday. Let's see, Debarge. I mean, his voice is so dope. What's one song I think that I hear on the radio often? I call your name, girl. That's all I know. I call your name, girl. And I hope that's the right words, because I'm known for jacking up a word from time to time. Yes, I am.